So I don't know who needs to hear this, but here's a friendly reminder about communication boundaries. Unless you're really tight with someone, unless you're really close with someone, never call them out of the blue and never call them from an unknown number. Always text beforehand and warn them and tell them what you want to talk about. Hey, I want to talk about XYZ. Is this a good time to call? Why? Because you don't know who's got what kind of relationship trauma. You don't know who's got no contact with someone. You don't know who's been a victim of stalking or some kind of abuse, online abuse or emotional abuse. So it can be incredibly triggering for those of us who's had this kind of relationship trauma, this kind of stalking trauma, this kind of communication trauma where there was a problem with the other person having access to us, where the communication was unpredictable and therefore very traumatizing and startling and triggering. So always give them some time to think, always give them a heads up, tell what you want to talk about. Also, don't do this thing like, hey, we got to talk. About what? Always give them time to prepare, because it can be really anxiety inducing. And we're all glued to our phones. Come on, we're all on texting apps. Just tell them what you want to talk about. And then if they say, okay, then you should call them. Because once their trust is broken, once they're triggered in this way, if you just keep calling without saying anything, without giving the context, it can be really harmful for the relationship.